Imagine this. You waited months to see Broadway famous musical, Wicked. You buy your ticket online. You dress up neatly. You walk into the theater majestically. Excitement full your face. You even chest out here because you were so proud that you finally gonna watch Wicked at Broadway. The show is a musical show, but behind the glittering stage, someone has already written a dark script waiting for you guys. A fraud, a scam, and in the middle of it all was a Nigerian man holding an Irish passport. Today on African Black Gold TV, we're going to dive in straight into the story of Ajibola Oduntan, who was accused by the FBI of masterminding a 100,000 ticket scam in America. But my family, it is not just about one man. It's about reputation. It's about greed and how the diaspora gets tangled in web that damage all of us. And please, if you find any value in this video, please turn on your notification bell and at the same time, subscribe to our channel. Now, if you don't know Wicked, let me set the stage. It's one of Broadway's biggest musicals when it came to Louis Valley, Kentucky in 2023. The excitement was so high. Tickets were in demand. People were even paying good amount of money just to sit at the balcony. Now, you know what that means when you want to pay a lot of money to even sit at the balcony. But in the shadow, Mr. Oduntan and his crew were allegedly cooking something special. They were using stolen credit card number. They even bought up dozens of tickets of this Broadway ticket. Not just once, not twice, but over and over and over again. They flipped them. They resold them on StubHub, one of America's biggest ticket platform. That's where they took all those tickets and they were selling it. And people were buying it because that show was in demand. While genuine fans thought they had legit tickets, the money behind those tickets was stolen. And when the real card holder now discovered the fraud, the real card holder now demanded refund back from the credit card company. Then the theater now, Kentucky Performing Arts, they now lost over $100,000 in just one show like this. Can you imagine that? Now, here's where it now gets serious. Now listen, okay? You see, Americans doesn't play with fraud. The FBI cyber squad was on the case. They were monitoring the whole thing, the whole system, how the guy was doing what he was doing. They traced multiple emails account that was linked to StubHub. That is the platform, that they sell, they buy the ticket. They followed the name also to PayPal account. And they even saw over $350,000 moved in 18 months in that PayPal account. They connected the IP addresses together. Even the VPN also, they trick it. And finally, what happened? A phone number was also discovered while they were doing the investigation. My family, this phone number, right, was the one that now weak the whole link. It was the weakest link. What happened? The same phone number that Mr. Oduntan used on StubHub platform, he used that same phone number also to apply for his US visa waiver. And that's how the Federal Investigation Bureau, they now tied everything together. And they said, okay, so you are the one. And what happened? They were waiting for Mr. Oduntan there. So when Mr. Ajibola landed bagam like this at the US in August 2025, he carried Irish passport for hand though. These people, they were waiting for him. The agents, just quickly, they arrested him straight off the plane. They don't even allow his leg to touch ground. No drama, no Broadway show, nothing, just banga and cough on a hand there. That's how Mr. Oduntan was arrested. And as we speak now, where's Mr. Oduntan? He's now facing wire fraud and conspiracy to commit wire fraud. For those of you who don't know, wire fraud in the US is not a small thing. No. No be small man at all, because each count of it carry up to 20 good years in prison. That isn't a small mistake, okay? This is a federal crime. But when they asked Mr. Ajibola guilty or not guilty, Mr. Ajibola said not guilty. His trial is set for this November. But my family, please, the evidence that the FBI that they have in their ferry, that is the email, the paper records, even the phone numbers, everything like this is a heavy stack that they packed together, and the packages they are waiting for him when they enter the courtroom this coming November. Now, let's gist Loni Ferefe for a while, okay? Because this is bigger than one man, Constitution. Every time a Nigerian, a Ghanaian, or any African name gets tied to fraud abroad, do you know what happened? The headline don't just stop at that person. They splash the nationality everywhere. And what did they put there? Nigerian man arrested for fraud. You don't see Irish man arrested though, despite the fact that the man he carry Irish passport. You don't see American man arrested though, for that same offense, that same criminal thing. They will not mention American man. Now Nigerian man, now they will mention there. Why? Because our image is already under suspicion. One fraudster paints millions of us as dishonesty. And that's really the painful truth and the painful part of this story. And please, look how it was done. Tech, stolen cards, VPN, PayPal. This wasn't the old school type of 419 letters written here and there, inheritance. No, this was cyber enabling fraud. It shows you how fast scams have evolved in the last year and how quickly authorities also track the digital footprint. Here is the lesson. In the diaspora, temptation is real. Quick money, flashy escape. But ask yourself, Ganga, at what cost? Mr. Ajibola may have touched $350,000 in PayPal. But where is he today? Sitting coolly in the US jail, facing decades. Maybe when they tried him this coming November. And we must also talk about protecting ourselves. Many Africans abroad fall victims too, buying fake tickets online, getting scammed themselves. That's why official, right? They keep saying only buy tickets from official box office. They always hammer it every now and then because these scammers, they are everywhere. But beyond that, let's be real. The reason scams hit our community harder is because of trust. Western government already doubt African documents, African names, African credibility. So when someone plays into the stereotype, it makes the door harder to open for everyone else, from students to worker to genuine tourists. It makes it harder for you to open that door. And then it debars a lot of opportunity, especially if you're there looking for greener pasture. Haven't you heard? Someone went to America, got a job that's going to give him around $260,000 annually. But simply because his name and his place of birth and everything says he's a Nigerian. Do you know what happened? The CEO said, I don't want nothing to do with Nigerians, despite the fact that this guy is guru in IT. And they were willing to pay him, and that's break the camel. So family, here's where we land. Ajibola's story is still unfolding. The court will decide if he's guilty or not. But the danger, it's already out there. $100,000 gone. A reputation stain. Another headline tying Nigeria to fraud. But we must tell ourselves the full story. Not just the fraud, but the lesson. That quick money is never quick freedom. That every action abroad reflects on the millions of us trying to build honest life. If you're in the diaspora, what lesson do you take from this story? Have you ever been scammed buying tickets before? Or have you seen anyone around you that that was dealt with fraudulently? Drop your story in the comment. This is African Black Gold TV, where we bring you the gist, the truth, the lessons. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because these are the stories they won't tell you elsewhere. When one of us stumble, we must all learn how to walk better. Till I see you in the next video, please subscribe.